N8N just released their natural language workflow builder, where you can now type what you want into plain English, and it is going to build the entire automation for you. There is no technical knowledge required at all. And honestly, it is proving exactly what I have been saying for months. If you are spending your evenings learning N8N, learning Make.com, or any other automation platform, grinding through tutorials, trying to master the latest features, you need to just stop what you're doing right now and watch this entire video. Because here is what just happened. N8N just eliminated the technical barrier to entry. Now, anyone can build automations just by describing what they want, which means that the skill that you have been, trying to learn, it just became accessible to everybody. Well, in this video, I am going to be showing you the 3 skills that will make you more money than any automation knowledge ever could. About a month ago, I made a video about this exact topic. I said that these technical skills, they were getting commoditized. The barrier to entry was collapsing, and that learning more tools was not the answer, and it's still not. And I did get some pushback. People said that I was exaggerating, that technical skills, they would always be valuable, that you still need to know the platforms. Because I have been running my own AI business for almost 2 years now. We have worked with companies across healthcare, logistics, law firms, restaurants. And here is what we have realized is that the people making actual real money in the space, they are not the best at automation tools. They are just the best at 3 specific skills that literally have nothing to do with technical knowledge. And if you master these 3 skills, you will be able to charge $10,000, $20,000, even $50,000 for these projects. So what is the moat now, or what will it be? And that's business skills. The ability to actually understand how businesses actually work, the ability to identify expensive problems, the ability to sell solutions and generate demand for what you are actually offering. These are the skills that will make you irreplaceable. And specifically, there are going to be 3 that I would focus on if I were starting over today. So skill number 1, this is going to be interpersonal and sales skills. So can you ask questions? Can you diagnose problems and actually demonstrate solutions in a compelling way? So why this actually matters is because as the technology gets easier, more people, they will solve problems themselves. And business owners, they will probably use N8N's natural language builder, or their assistants will. They will use ChatGPT to build their own workflows. Hell, they're going to be hiring people who are, it's going to be a requirement to know how to do that stuff. They'll watch a YouTube tutorial and implement it themselves. So why would they pay you? Well, they will pay you because you understand their business better than they actually do, because you can ask the right questions to uncover the problems that they did not even know that they had. And also because you can demonstrate that you are not just another person who knows how to use these tools. You're somebody who can actually improve their bottom line. And that is what matters. So let me just go ahead and give you guys an example from a client that we worked with in the past. They were an HVAC company. They came to us saying that we need to automate our scheduling process. But we had spent about 45 minutes just asking basic and probing questions like, why do you need better scheduling? What is happening right now at this time that is just not working? How many jobs are your techs doing per day? How far are they driving between appointments? Are you turning down jobs because your techs just can't fit them in? And what we actually found out is that their techs, they were driving about 30 to 45 minutes between the jobs because the office was not routing them efficiently. So they were literally losing 2 to 3 appointments every single day because their techs could not fit them in. And the real problem, it wasn't really the scheduling automation. Their problem was just their route optimization. So they needed to see where each tech was and assign these jobs based on location, not just availability. In the solution, at the end of the day, it was not really anything complicated. It was just a simple dashboard showing the tech locations and some basic rule system from job assignment. And the job impact from this though, they went from about 4 to 5 jobs per tech per day to about 6 to 7 jobs. And that is an extra 10 to 15 appointments per day. And at $300 per appointment, that's $3,000 to $4,500 per day in just additional revenue. And over a year, we're talking about over $1 million in additional revenue. And the technical skill that was actually required, it was almost none. It was 80% just understanding their business and 20% just implementing a simple solution. But that discovery, it did not require any technical skills. Well, it did to build the damn thing, but it required asking good questions and actually, listening to what they were saying, not just what they thought that they had needed. Because, what they think that they might need, it's not always the case because they do not fucking know. This is an interpersonal skill. This is sales. This is actually diagnosis. And this is what clients actually pay for. So you're probably asking how do you develop this skill? Well, here's a practical action plan that you can be following. Just pick an industry, literally just one industry. And then just spend about 2 hours just researching the most common inexpensive problems in that industry. So you can go on Reddit, watch YouTube videos of business owners complaining, join Facebook groups, do whatever the fuck it takes. You could read industry blogs, and then you could just create a list of about 10 to 15 discovery questions that help you uncover like which of these problems is a company actually dealing with. So for example, for let's say a dental practice, you can ask them to walk you through like just what happens when somebody calls to book an appointment until they're sitting in their chair. So how many appointments do you typically have to confirm the day before? And you see how these are not just technical questions, they are business questions. The key, it is literally in understanding the clients, pay for problem diagnosis and business understanding, not just technical skill. Now, skill number 2, this is demand generation. So can you take an idea and can you turn it into leads? Can you generate attention and interest for what you are offering? Now, here's why this skill is becoming the most valuable thing in this AI economy. And right now, you are realistically able to have a business idea and have a product built in, 24 hours later. AI, it will build your website. AI will create your automation workflows. AI will even write your marketing copy. And the only thing that will determine whether your business actually succeeds is whether you can generate demand for it. So can you be getting people to pay attention? Can you get them interested? Can you convert that interest into actual paying clients? Well, let me break down this practically because most people, to be honest, they just overthink this. So first, you just need one expensive problem to solve. And if you do not know any, here's some examples of problems with real economics. So we can consider social media content management. What businesses currently pay is about $2,500 to, $4,500 per month for a social media manager. And what is going to cost you with these AI tools? $200, no more than that per month. So ChatGPT, Canva, scheduling tools, it's cheap. And what you could charge is $1,000 to $1,800 per month. Another one is email marketing campaigns. So what businesses currently pay is about $3,500 to $5,500 per month for just an email marketing agency. And what it's going to cost you is around $250 per month just in these tools. So what you can charge, $1,800 to $2,800 per month. And your margin though, maybe $1,550 to $2,550 per client per month. We could also look at lead qualification and responses. So what businesses currently pay is about $3,200 to $6,500 per month just for SDRs or lead qualification services. Now, what it's going to cost you is around $350 per month in AI tools and infrastructure. Now, know that these are subject to change, but now what you can charge for this is anywhere from $1,000 to even a few $1,000s per month. And then from there, you can expand it. But now, secondly, the next step is to build your AI system. So this does not mean that it has to be perfect on day one. It just needs to work well enough to deliver real results. Here's what this actually looks like in practice. So you just need 3 components. The first component, this is just going to be your input process. So how are you gathering the information that you need to deliver? Number 2, this is your AI workflow. So what are these specific prompts, these specific tools, or these specific steps that produce the output that you were actually promising within your offer? And then number 3, this is your quality control layer. So this is what is going to basically separate you from somebody who just copies and pastes ChatGPT outputs. So how are you reviewing their work? How are you ensuring that it matches their brand voice? How are you going to be checking that it is going to actually perform? And then step 3 is just finding your first client. So this is where most people completely freeze up. So let me just give you 3 fastest ways to land your first paying client. So method 1, this is just going to be your existing network. So please list out everybody that you know who owns a business or works at a company that has the problem that you are trying to solve for. Reach out to them with a specific offer and just don't be very vague. Do not say like, hey, I'm starting a business. Can you help me out? You have to do more than that. That's very weak. It's shitty. And nobody's going to respond to that unless they're your best friend. Instead, you want to say something like, I noticed that you are probably spending 10 plus hours a week managing your social media manually. I can completely take that off your plate for the next 30 days for just $500 to prove that it works. Method number 2 is local businesses in your area. So this one in particularly, it is going to work, especially if you have a huge network to tap into. So walk into or just cold call 20 local businesses every single day. So think of med spas, restaurants, law offices, or whatever aligns with the problem that you're trying to solve. Offer to audit their current situation for free. Look at their social media presence, their email marketing, their lead response time, and whatever one you're going to be fixing at the end of the day. And then from there, you could just position your solution as the answer to what you have found broken. Now, method number 3, this is LinkedIn outreach. So just finding business owners in your target industry, just using the LinkedIn search or even Sales Navigator. It's like $80 a month. From there, send them personalized messages that actually offer specific value up front. So what you should not do is be sending some shitty garbage, something that's very generic. with your message. So saying like, hey, I can help you with marketing, that gets deleted instantly or just like skipped. Nobody's gonna care about that. Maybe if you send 1,000 messages, but it's not gonna have a good conversion rate. So instead, like you could just be saying something like, hey, I noticed your LinkedIn, you hadn't posted in about 2 months and you're in an industry where thought leadership, it directly drives inbound leads. I can actually create 4 weeks of high quality content for you this week. Want to see what that looks like. And you see the difference there. One is generic spam. One shows that you actually did your research and you're offering something very tangible and very specific. And the key across all 3 of these methods is the same thing. So step number 4, this is to deliver results and build your flywheel. So your first few clients, listen up. They are going to be the most important clients you will ever have because they determine whether this whole thing actually works out for you. But lastly, skill number 3 is systems thinking. So can you actually engineer a complete system to solve problems? And I do not mean just end-to-end workflows. I mean, can you actually think through a business problem from start to finish and map out all the variables and sort the process by who solves each part, whether that's going to be an agent or the business owner, or maybe it's going to be an employee. And this is where the real value lies because most people, I mean, nowadays they can build a workflow, but very few people, they can design a complete system that actually works in the messy reality of a real business.